Hi, my name is SGallman and I'm a student here at Gaston College. This is my English 112 presentation with Professor Michelle Dominique's English class, and it is called Minute Ore. Minute Ore is Latin for 1 hour in a minute. Ore or hours is named for the Greek goddesses that were named for seasons or a time space, and minute is Spanish or Latin for minute. I aptly named my paper this because well, I'm going to get into my paper first so you'll kind of understand what it's named for. About 2 years ago, I had a stroke. I had the stroke because I started out with a cold and then I got bronchitis. I went through 1 doctor visit, home with medicine, 2 doctor visits, home with medicine, 3 doctor visits, home with medicine, and I didn't get any better. So it was a Sunday night. I had a friend over and I had a stroke. Normally they say you can tell from a stroke when your face is drooping or one arm is lower or higher than the other. So I get in the ambulance, I go to the hospital. By then my symptoms were subsiding, but they wanted to admit me. So I get admitted to the hospital and the doctor comes in the room and says, you have pneumonia. I got pneumonia from my bronchitis, but you also have congestive heart failure. Now, congestive heart failure runs in my family, but it depends on what type of congestive heart failure or heart failure I had. So the hospital, after an 8-day stay, told me to make an appointment with the physician's office of my choice. I made it with Caramount Heart, and Dr. Heckles, I believe, was my doctor. Dr. Heckle saw me. He said that my infarction is the pumping action that the heart does is very low. 50 to 75% pumping action is normal. 36 to 49 is below normal, and anything under 35% is just bad. So he told me, along with diet, exercise, lifestyle change, hopefully it would get better. 4 months went past. I went back in. I took a electrocardiogram, which is where they take a picture of the heart, and they told me it's not getting better. The bottom chamber of your heart is weak, so I want you to see a specialist. So I said, okay, Dr. Heckles. So I go to see the specialist. Enters Dr. Gregory Wu. Dr. Wu informs me that he wants to put a implantable cardio defibrillator inside of me. A cardio defibrillator is about this size. This isn't a defibrillator. This is a travel adapter, but it's about this size. So after I leave, I'm a little bit appalled over what's happening because I've been seeing my primary care physician for 18 years, and I go see the specialist, man I met once, never met him before, didn't come see me in the hospital. And he tells me in 15 minutes that he wants to put that device in me. So instead of getting angry, I started to do some research about what is the issue. Why is this happening? Now, I knew what was happening with me, but I didn't understand anything else. So I did some research about why doctor visits are so short. Staffing changes, the culture, whether the doctor wants to get along with the patient, whether he knows anything about the patients. You know, in some places, say like Asia, when you talk to a patient, if the husband is sick, you talk to the eldest child. You do not talk to the women. Does he know that? Do they know, like in the Spanish or Hispanic culture, that you don't talk to the patient without an interpreter because they just stand there and nod their head? All these things are going through my mind, so I'm like, what is really going on? So I set out to find out why. I named all the issues that I was having with the doctor. Staffing changes, culture changes, why don't I want to go see the doctor? It comes down to two things. We as patients need to understand that a doctor goes to school for a number of years. He can't self-diagnose anyone because he has a degree. We do it because we're patients, but we don't have a degree, so we don't have the right to self-diagnose ourselves. It's give and take. We have to be patient. We have to listen to what the doctor is telling us. We need to be better advocates over our health. But it all comes down to change. And to quote my 44th President Barack Obama, change is inevitable. Change will not come if we wait, or for some other reason, or for some time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change we seek. So, I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and you have a wonderful day, and Merry Christmas!